Good evening. We start with swimming tonight. Shaune Fraser wastes no time in punching his ticket to the next year's Olympic Games, and he did it against the world's best swimmers at the World Championships in China today. Racing against his training partner Lochte and American legend Michael Phelps in the 200 meters freestyle, Shaune drops a fast time in his first round heat. That qualifies him for the London 2012 Olympics. He qualified as the 10th fastest swimmer in the world for the semifinals, but had a slower time in the top 16 swim later in the evening and didn't make the last 8. But his goal has been accomplished. His younger brother Brett is also at the meet trying to advance to the Games, which start in exactly a year and 2 days. National swim coach Dominic Ross joins us in the studio tonight to give us his assessment of Shaune's effort today and the Fraser brothers' Olympic medal potential in a year's time. Time now for Sports Talk this evening. Specifically, we'll be talking swimming and our top-class competitor Shaune Fraser with national coach Dominic Ross. Shaune is competing at the World Championships in Shanghai, and he competed in his first swim, the 200 meters freestyle today, and qualified with the A standard for next year's London Olympics. Here to assess that performance, Coach Dominic Ross. Coach Dom, Shaune finishing 10th. He had the toughest heat early on with Lochte and Michael Phelps, and he competed well. Just tell me a bit about what you think he was able to achieve.
You know, Shaune's real main aim of the summer was to qualify for the Olympics, so to have done that in his first swim at the championships really takes the pressure off, let him relax a little bit and get on with the rest of it. So the 200 freestyle, still his main swim. I think he's pretty happy with that time and getting that Olympic qualification under his belt. Definitely a fast heat. Michael Phelps and Paul Biederman, the world record holder, and his sort of training partner Lochte as well. You know, with the rest of the best in the world, really, is up there. So it was a good start.
What do you think about his execution in that first race, based on what you've seen and what you've heard from what Shaune was able to do?
The first race, the heat swim, which was the faster of the two, really good third 50, which is really critical in the 200 meter freestyle. The third 50 needs to be really strong, and then you kick your legs and you finish as hard as you can. But, yeah, so when he got to the semi-final, a little bit slower on the third 50 was actually the difference in the swim. It's just hard to hang on there. That's really the key. So great first swim and a good second swim as well.
As you mentioned, Shaune is training with some of the world's best in Florida. Not just his brother Brett, who's also a world-class competitor, but Lochte, who he competed against today. And Ryan is, excuse me, several times world champion. How is that helping him prepare?
It's been great, actually. Since Shaune finished school, he's been able to train more with them because the rules change a little bit with NCAA. So they have a group of postgraduate swimmers who all train together from all over the world, really. A lot from the Caribbean region, as well as Ryan and some of the other top swimmers. And Bradley's not there anymore, but yeah, others from the UK and around various places as well.
We're looking at video from the semi-final today in Shanghai. As you saw, before the race started, Shaune was swimming out of lane 2, and at this stage, Coach Ross, he was in the mix, and I'm sure feeling the effects of the first swim he had earlier in the day. This was his second swim of the day.
Yeah, the heats are in the morning, the semi-finals in the evening, and then the final for those 8 that advances the following evening, so they have a little bit more rest for that. But Shaune, he looks strong there, certainly. I think he's up there. The guys in the middle are the fastest qualifiers, so the lanes 3 and 4 and 5 are the 3 fastest qualifiers, and they tend to pull away in swimming. Most of the events are won from the middle lanes.
But fast lanes, everybody else is dragging.
Yeah, everybody else is on the outside, so it's a little bit of an arrow shape, really, when a swimming race goes to plan. Every now and then you'll have a fast outside swimmer. You can see the swimmer in lane 1 there.
With Yang yesterday, and I think the 400 free, he snuck up on everybody on the outside yesterday.
The Koreans.
Park, Park. Yeah, he snuck up on everyone yesterday.
Freestyle, and actually the British girl as well, Adlington, in the 400 free, took silver from the outside lane as well.
So Shaune has the 100 meter butterfly still to come. His brother Brett is competing in the 100 freestyle. What are his chances there?
Brett's he's trying to qualify for London as well. He needs to go 48.8 seconds or thereabouts to make his automatic qualifier for the London Olympics, and that's his shot. They'd both love to swim both of those events. Unfortunately, FINA changed the rules a little bit and implemented some very tough qualifying standards this time around. So they're only one of them is able to swim each of these events this time, but they're going to go on from here as well to the US Nationals next week. When they leave Shanghai, they're going straight to the US Nationals to try and get a few more Olympic qualifying times
And just to explain, the qualifying times are set in stone by FINA to A standard, B standard.
Yeah, the world governing body sets the qualifying times in conjunction with the IOC, and there is no way around those. Once you have a swimmer qualified, there are places for countries who don't have qualified swimmers, but you know, obviously we do. So in order for both of them to be able to swim, say for example the 200 freestyle, they would both need to meet the A standard.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, final question before you go. Shaune is in the top 10 in the world. Brett is just on the cusp of being in that rank. What do you expect from these boys with a year away from the Olympics? You're almost a full year away. What do you expect in London next year? You
know, Shaune's now consistently been at that sort of semi-final sort of level. That's his second time at the World Long Course Championships, and obviously in December he was in the final of the 200 freestyle at the Short Course World Championships. So that consistency is there. Just needs to take one break is all it's going to take for him to get up there in the mix and into the top 8. It's certainly something he's able to do, and now that he has that qualifying time, he can focus on that. He can make that big push for London. Brett's got to get that qualifying time under his belt, and I know he'll be happy when he does that. And he certainly can be a contender as well. You know, he's got the ability to be a semi-finalist, or you know, up in the top 16 in the world for sure.
Coach Dom, thanks so much for joining us. Dominic Ross, the national swimming coach, just explaining some of the things with Shaune Fraser and Brett Fraser currently competing at the World Championships in Shanghai, and Shaune qualifying for next year's Olympics today in his first attempt.